What's up, guys? It's Coach Baker. I hope everybody's doing well. I know this is kind of a crazy time, and we're going to just try to get through it the best way that we can. If you found this, obviously you're already in my Google Classroom. And before we actually get started on the content, I was going to just go over a few things really quick. As you can see on the stream, that's where your assignments are going to be located. Also, any kind of materials that I want you to have, whether it be articles or videos, lecture notes, anything like that, it's going to come up in the stream. And whatever kind of document that you're going to need, whether it be Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets, probably not Sheets, but any of that is also going to be in the area where your assignment's going to be located, so everybody will kind of know what they need to be doing, and it'll be explained in the instructions. So I just wanted to kind of clarify that for those of you that haven't used it before. Like I said, I hope everybody's doing well. Kind of explaining how this is going to work. This might be one of the longer videos. It's not going to be very long, but it's going to be longer because we're kind of getting started. But every single week, I'm going to try to post your assignments for the week early, whether it be Sunday afternoon or sometime early Monday morning. And typically, you're going to have a due date of Friday to get all this stuff turned in. The reason I'm doing it that way is because I understand that everybody is going to be doing this at different times, and not everybody's going to have internet access the same way or at the same time. And so for that reason, I'm just going to kind of let you work on the stuff at your own pace. There's still going to be work to do. It's still going to be a certain time when it is due, okay? But I'm giving you a pretty good bit of leniency as far as you don't have to work on it at a certain period of time from 10:30 to 11:30 whatever time you have my class. I'm just going to kind of let you go at your own pace. And so I just wanted to go ahead and say that I've got to talk to some of you and some of your parents kind of explaining that, but there's a whole lot more that I haven't talked to than I have got to talk to, so I wanted to kind of throw that out there. My suggestion for how I would go about doing this, first of all, no, it's not going to be the exact same as being in the class, but I'm going to try to make sure that I go about things as close as I can, hence the video. But I've posted notes on there already for this chapter. My advice to you would be to do this. You're not having to write them because they're already typed up for you. They're on a slide. What I would suggest doing is read through the notes yourself, uninterrupted. And then once you've done that, I'm going to be explaining these notes kind of in lecture form, but I'm going to be going kind of quick, and also adding in some things that may not be written down in the notes verbatim, and kind of like I do in class, but just a little bit different because it's electronic. And again, I would read the notes myself. Then you can pull up the video of me going over the notes and have them pulled up as well, and kind of go down through there together. And hopefully, maybe if you've read over something that was a little bit fuzzy or you didn't really understand it, that'll kind of make it sink in a little bit better. Then you're going to have some type of assignment regarding that information, whether it be answering questions that you'll submit through a Google Doc, or doing some kind of short project or things of that manner. So that's kind of the way that I would go about doing it each week. And like I said, if any of you have any questions for me, don't hesitate to reach out, email me, send me a message through Classroom, whatever you want to do. I don't know if y'all are seeing what my phone's doing as far as the lightness and darkness, or if it's just me. But if it's doing that, I apologize. My phone's been kind of going crazy. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started with, and if y'all see me looking this direction, I'm looking at my computer screen and here, so I don't think that I'm being sidetracked. I'm just trying to be able to see both. For those of you that kind of remember where we were at before all this stuff started going on, we were actually talking about a period of time called the Roaring Twenties. And we didn't get to go through the whole chapter as normal because of the interruption, the 3 weeks initially that we were going to be out of school, then the extension. But anyway, I'm going to pick up clean with a fresh chapter. We're going to be going over the chapter of the Great Depression. But as I usually do, I'll be referencing a previous chapter occasionally, and I know that y'all don't have as much information as you normally would if it was a normal situation. So, but if I do reference that, That's pretty standard. But anyway, the 20s were a uh, pretty good period of time when it comes to a lot of things. People had a lot of fun. People made a lot of money. People were very successful. New businesses open, and with all that being said, the stock market was probably the best it had ever been in the history of the United States since it was invented. And the old saying, "What goes up must come down," applies here, because eventually the stock market, which had been going up and up and up and up and up, it finally reaches its peak at the end of the 1920s. And for those of y'all that don't know what a peak is, it's something's highest point, whether it be a mountaintop, or whether it be a certain diagram, whether it be a roller coaster. Those of you that ride roller coasters, before you actually do whatever kind of drop or free fall, you have to go up in order to come down. But again, a peak is something's highest point, and the stock market reached its peak somewhere around the summer of 1929. And what happens is, we did a project a while back on the market, and y'all did very well. And so I kind of touched base on the very, very simple aspect of how it works, but something to kind of keep in mind to help kind of understand what's taking place as far as what